These are the parts I'm going to be using today to do this job: rear brake pads and rear rotors. These are the tools I'm going to be using today to do this job: a 3/8 cordless ratchet, 17mm socket, 14mm socket, 14 and 17mm wrench, 10mm wrench, 2 small screwdrivers, blowgun, caliper piston compressor, rubber mallet, hood prop, ceramic grease, anti-seize, brake clean, a bottle of water with a hole on the top, and my brake flusher. Okay, first removing this rubber cap, loosening the bleeder screw while the caliper is still mounted. Removing the caliper, there's 2 bolts, one here and one here. Removing the pads. Removing the caliper mount, there's 2 bolts, one here and one here. Removing this rotor. So I'm going to be lubricating my caliper mount, pulling out the pins. Cleaning up my pins. Putting some ceramic grease right in here. Greasing up my pins. Lubing up my hardware. I'm going to be reusing the old hardware. This one looks good. There's new hardwares in the kit. A lot of times if you use the new hardware, it doesn't really fit good. So if you can reuse the old hardware, reuse them. If not, just put a new one on. So transferring these old clips to the new pad. There's new clips that come with the kit, but if you can, just reuse the old one, it fits better. If not, just use the one in the kit. So I'm going to squeeze my piston back in. Use my piston compressor. Open up the bleeder screw. Let all the dirty fluid come out. Yeah, you don't want the dirty fluid to go back up to the master. Putting some anti-seize around my hub. So I'm going to be transferring this rubber plug to the new rotor. So I'm going to be cleaning up my rotor using some brake clean, getting off any of the oils on top the rotor. Putting on my rotor. Putting on my caliper mount. Tightening up the bolts. Putting on my pads. So this rotor is spinning counterclockwise, so this clip, put them at the bottom. putting some ceramic grease behind this pad. Okay, so greasing up my caliper. Okay, installing the caliper. Now we're going to bleed the brakes. I hooked up my bleeder to the master cylinder. Now we're going to be opening up the rear bleeders. Open this guy up and let the fluid come out. When the fluid comes out clean, then you can lock them up. I locked up the bleeder screw. Now I'm going to be shooting some water right on the bleeder screw, neutralizing the brake fluid because brake fluid is water soluble. Blowing them down with some air, drying them up. Now I'm going to pressurize the system and check for leaks. So I'm going to start up the vehicle. Okay, pump your brake pedal up and down, no more than halfway until you feel pressure. Okay, that feels real good. So now I'm going to be using my hood prop to pressurize the brake system. One side against the brake pedal, the other side against the seat. Now we're going to check for leaks. So I pressurized the brake system about 10 to 15 seconds. Now we're checking for leaks. Everything looks dry. Put your rubber plug back on and you're good to go. So that's how you replace rear brake pads and rear rotors. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I see you in the next video. Aloha.